This meeting will come to order. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the February 11th meeting of the Manchester Town Council. Unfortunately, the Mayor Warner was not able to make it this evening, but we do have a full council, so we were able to conduct business as usual. The first order of business is approval of the January 14th minutes. Everybody have a chance to look those over?
I make a motion we approve the January minutes.
I'll second.
Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Next is receipt of the January 14th check register.
I'll make a motion that we take receipt of the 2014 January check register.
I'll second it.
All right.
Second the motion.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All righty. Moving along. Okay, Mayor's report. Like I said, Ryan was not able to make it this evening, but asked me to pass along a few words. Pardon my reading, but he had sent these to me today. First is I would like to commend our town staff, police department, and plowing crew for their continued excellent performance during an extremely tough winter season. I know I can't echo that loud enough, and I see that I have the opportunity to work on the other side of Howard County. And we have our typical storm. Manchester always gets more than most areas south. And as I'm leaving Manchester and heading south, the roads continue to get worse. So you get an appreciation for what they can do in Manchester as you get to other areas. So I too have to commend him. Ryan says he would also like to commend our residents for working together and looking out for each other during the challenging weather events. Please continue to help each other and the town as we have another expected storm coming this week. As a reminder, please keep cars off the street during the snow events. Do not push driveway snow back out to an already cleared street. And if possible, clear snow away from mailboxes, fire hydrants, and storm drains. Another big snow event. I'm convinced that Mother Nature, Old Man Winter, and Puxatawny Phil have gotten together and they have this thing for Manchester. I wanted to mention that the dump site will be open continuously for all storm damage, and there will be a special brush pickup sometime in March for storm debris. And that is it for the Mayor's report. Town Administrator.
Okay, good evening, Council. We'll go ahead and start with the January 2014 Administrative Report. Under pending items, the Sheets Project. I talked to MDE several weeks ago, and they are recommending that the MTBE remediation system be shut down for a 6 to 8 month period. And during that time period, they will monitor the wells out there to see if the product stays the same, which is very low at this time. They also are going to continue monitoring our municipal supplies as per the MDE specifications. On the SHA projects, on January 23rd, Michelle Wilder and I met with SHA and county reps in regards to the Route 27 widening project and what impact it would have on the proposed stormwater management facility at the skate park. Our MEA grant, the grant process is moving forward. Kelly and I met with CQI on January the 28th, and we reviewed the draft of the final report. The final report should be finished within the next several to 3 weeks, I guess. Our Sustainable Communities application, I did receive information from Maryland Department of Planning on February the 3rd. They had some questions. These questions are currently being answered by town staff and our grants personnel. The Victor Street property, the task force met with 2 construction firms. We currently have an RFP on the street to receive proposals for a basic concept design plan in regards to our current and future needs for town hall, administration, and police department. Under miscellaneous items, on January the 22nd, Kelly and I met with the auditing firm of Lindsay & Associates. We may be looking into putting an RFP together for our auditing service for the next year. We did submit a letter of intent for matching grant monies through the Civil War Heritage Trails. The monies would be used for ADA improvements to this building, and that's in preparation of moving the historical center upstairs. Moving right along, we'll go into the Public Works report for January. You have in front of you the monthly water and wastewater status report for January. Under wastewater, we did have a public hearing on the renewal of our NPDES discharge permit for the plant and the spray irrigation facility on January the 30th. Our new permit may be issued as early as March. Our inflow and infiltration issue, our public works people have contacted 2 contractors, and we are in the process of receiving costs for some camera work for the lines and lining of the collection pipes, so we're moving right along on that. NPDS Stormwater and Watershed Implementation. I attended a meeting on January the 29th with MDE, county staff, and 3 other municipalities in regards to all the municipalities and the county joining together to come under one MS4 Phase 1 stormwater discharge permit. MDE has no problem with this, but we have to look into a strong MOU between the county and the municipalities. We don't want to get into a situation where we're all lumped together under one permit, and then unfortunately one municipality does something out of the norm and they're fined for that. We don't want the whole group to be fined. So we have to develop a strong MOU between the municipalities and the counties. Plus, we have to get all the municipalities to agree to that. The stormwater pollution prevention plan for the maintenance facility has been reviewed by the county, and currently I'm in the final stages of completing that. Under maintenance roads and parks, we did experience 6 snow and ice events in January. There is a meeting scheduled tomorrow at 10 a.m. here to discuss the Walnut Street Pond Design Grant that we received. The meeting scheduled for February the 13th, that's been canceled. I canceled that out due to the snow. We have a meeting scheduled for February 19th here at Town Hall with Ed Singer, the Director of Environmental Health for Carroll County, and we're going to talk about the water and septic system for the Nature Center. I sent you an email, you might have read in the merchandiser that our observatory site has been turned down at the Nature Center. Actually, one site went to Tawnytown and the other went to Bear Branch. In your packet of information, I gave you a quick update on the ice storm that we experienced on February the 5th. Today, met with the supervisors and the police chief, and we made sure that we're prepared for the storm coming in Wednesday night into Thursday. As of 6 p.m. tonight, Governor O'Malley has declared a state of emergency for the state of Maryland in preparation of the storm. I have to echo my sentiments too, as Councilman Wilder said. I can't say enough about our people. We have a good team. Everybody's working together. It's been a long winter, and our folks are doing a good job. They're hanging right in there. But between the water main breaks, the water leaks, snow and ice, no electric, we're faring out fair. That's about it. So, any questions?
Has everything been, I guess, resolved with all of the trees and all of that kind of stuff, or is there still work being done on our roads? You say that all the time.
During the height of the storm, 75% of the town was out of electric from about 6 a.m. to about 3 to 3:30 p.m. We had 2 pockets in the town. Crossroads Overlook came in the next morning about 6 a.m. We had an area out around Maple Avenue, Grafton Street, Chestnut Street. They didn't receive power until, I believe, Thursday around 4:30. The police department made routine checks to the folks out there, knocking on doors to make sure they were safe. Our crews went around and moved the bulk of the debris out of the roads just to make the roads passable for emergency vehicles. They also continued that work later on into the beginning of this week to make sure they got all the little stuff back. So we recovered from that. One thing, our emergency generators, we have 13 emergency generators, all performed well. We did have one issue with one of our emergency generators, and that issue was resolved within a few hours, and all of our generators worked well. We have to remember one thing, though. A lot of our generators are at remote locations,
Thank you.
and we have to actually truck fuel into those remote locations. So we just can't get a fuel truck, into that location. So yeah, everybody handled it well. So that was a very bad storm, very bad. Unfortunately, Atlanta's gonna get it tonight. And we had a half-inch of ice, they're looking at an inch of ice. That's pretty bad. So,
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions for Steve? Okay, Chief?
Good evening, Town Council, everyone. In between all the weather events, the police department did handle 63 calls for service, only 2 of which were Part 1 crimes. Both of those were burglaries. We did make 1 arrest regarding 1 burglary. The first burglary that we started with, we're still investigating that one. We did have we received information regarding a person who was distributing heroin in town. We did make 1 arrest regarding that. A criminal summons was issued for the second party involved, and we involved the Carroll County Drug Task Force to help us further that investigation. Outside of that, traffic enforcement is still continuing. Primary area this go-around was Charmel and York Street. There's a couple of trucks that have a tendency of driving a little fast down York Street. It's pretty dangerous. We did issue citations there. 21 citations in total were issued, and outside of the 2 Part 1 crimes, everything else was good. Any questions?
I guess it's natural, things kind of slow down with bad weather. Is that typical?
Yeah, I was looking at all the stats across the county. Everything was pretty low. Hampstead, I think they had 1 arrest compared to our 5. So, and plus the icy cold weather, that's going to keep things down. In most areas, not all.
Any questions for Chief? Yes? Comments or questions from the community? Anybody sign up? Nope. It's a quiet evening. Everybody's out shopping for last-minute items. Okay, committee reports.
I did not have a meeting since our last meeting, and our next meeting is March. I have nothing to report at this time.
We were canceled because of the bad weather, so maybe we'll meet this month.
I have nothing to report.
I do. I had a meeting
Right.
last night, so I just want to reiterate some of the programs that they have coming up. And for the month of March, there will be an exhibit at the library, which will include books and artifacts. The egg hunt is now April the 12th. On May the 4th is Spring Fest from 12 noon to 4 p.m. It's an introduction into the Nature Center and fun and activities for all ages, petting zoo, food, music. May the 17th is the Plant Exchange at the North Carroll branch of the library. And June 21st, from 8 a.m. till 12 noon, will be the first bocce ball tournament.
What was it? I'm sorry, what was the date, bocce ball?
June 21st is the first one. There's more for the summer.
And when
there-
did you say the Spring Fest was? I'm sorry, May?
Spring Fest is May the 4th. And they're still waiting for a council team to play bocce ball.
I'll do it in the summer. Yeah,
Does it as a fundraiser.
not in the fall. It's too busy.
Yeah,
Can't get away.
and that's it.
Okay, and likewise, I have no
Team
update.
together to do that.
Well, boy, that was a pretty quick meeting. Does anybody else have anything to bring up, anything to talk about? Anything particular? Well, all right, I guess is there a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, have a good evening, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day, and please be safe. Meeting is adjourned.
Did anybody not get a report
Oh.
from the police?
By the way,
Everybody did, had an extra.
I'm going to that legislative reception